What if the Bible isn't just telling the story of one God, but quietly reveals the presence of another powerful divine being, one who has stood beside the Almighty all along, hidden in plain sight for centuries? Imagine this. A story we've all heard, a narrative we've accepted, might not be as clear-cut as we've been led to believe. Genesis 1:26. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." Wait, did you catch that? Us, our image. Who is God talking to here? For generations, we've been taught that God was alone at the beginning of creation. But this verse, in its very simplicity, raises a mystery that's impossible to ignore. Who was with God at the dawn of time? Psalm 82:1. God stands in the divine assembly. He judges among the gods. Hold on. Gods? Did that just say gods? Isn't there supposed to be only one God? So, who are these gods mentioned in the Bible? This may sound controversial, even radical, but the scriptures may be pointing to something far more complex than we've ever imagined. I'm about to show you evidence right from the Bible that may completely change your understanding of God and the divine realm. But to fully grasp this truth, we need to take a journey back to the earliest moments of creation. Stick with me, because what you're about to uncover will challenge everything you thought you knew. For centuries, scholars and theologians have debated these words. Was God speaking to the angels? Or could there have been another divine being present at the dawn of creation? Many believe this verse refers to the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. But some argue that the original Hebrew text suggests something much deeper. If God is one, why would he speak in the plural? And if this refers to the Trinity, why do we see similar language used in other parts of the Bible, where things become even more mysterious? Job 38:7. When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy. Who are these sons of God? Were they present at creation? And if so, could one of them have played a greater role than we ever imagined? Because Genesis isn't the only place where this mystery appears. In the book of Psalms, we find something even more shocking. A passage that might challenge everything we thought we knew about God. Psalm 82:1. God stands in the assembly of the gods. He gives judgment among the gods. This verse doesn't say angels. It doesn't say messengers. It clearly says gods. Now take a moment and really think about this. Could the Bible itself be revealing something we were never taught in Sunday school? Could it be telling us that there are other divine beings ruling alongside the Almighty? Deuteronomy 32:8. When the Most High gave the nations their inheritance, when he divided mankind, he set up boundaries for the peoples according to the number of the sons of God. Sons of God? Who are they? Were they just angels? Or could these be the same gods mentioned in Psalm 82? Many scholars argue that this refers to a divine council, an assembly of powerful heavenly beings ruling under the authority of the Most High. In ancient Israelite belief, these divine figures were given charge over the nations. But if this is true, then what happened to them? Others believe this passage reveals an even greater secret, one that shakes the very foundation of how we understand the unseen world. And to uncover the full truth, we must examine one of the most controversial passages in the Old Testament, a passage that has been debated for centuries, a passage that might reveal the identity of a powerful rebellious being, one who dared to challenge the Most High himself. Deuteronomy 32:8-9. When the Most High gave to the nations their inheritance, when he divided mankind, he fixed the borders of the peoples according to the number of the sons of God. But the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob, his allotted heritage. Wait, did you catch that? The Most High, El Elyon, divided the nations and assigned them according to the sons of God. But who exactly are these sons of God? Throughout the Bible, the term sons of God is often associated with powerful divine beings, those who existed before mankind. Some scholars believe these were angelic rulers. Others suggest something even more shocking, that these were gods, lesser deities entrusted with governing the world under the supreme authority of the Most High. Psalm 82:6. I said, "You are gods, sons of the Most High, all of you, but you will die like mere mortals. You will fall like every other ruler." So, if the Most High assigned different divine rulers to the nations, Then where does Yahweh, the God of Israel, fit into all of this? Exodus 15:11. Who among the gods is like you, Lord? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in glory, working wonders? Could this mean that Yahweh was one of many divine rulers chosen specifically for Israel? Ancient texts, and some scholars, argue that El Elyon, the Most High, delegated authority to different divine beings. This would mean that Yahweh was assigned his own people to rule over. But if this interpretation is correct, then we must ask, what about Jesus? Where does he fit into this divine mystery? If Yahweh was one among many divine rulers, then does that change everything we thought we knew about the Son of God? John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. This changes everything. Scholars and theologians have wrestled with this passage because here, in the Gospel of John, we see something profound, a divine paradox hidden in plain sight. The Word, Jesus, was with God, yet he was God. How can both be true? Could it be that the Bible is revealing a second divine being? Not a separate God, but another manifestation of Yahweh himself. Daniel 7:13-14. I saw in the night visions, and behold, with the clouds of heaven, there came one like a son of man, and he came to the Ancient of Days, and was presented before him. And to him was given dominion and glory, and a kingdom, that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. Who is this Son of Man, this divine figure receiving glory and worship alongside the Ancient of Days? The book of Daniel, written centuries before Jesus, describes a heavenly being who reigns with God and who is worshipped by all nations. But isn't worship meant for God alone? Many ancient Jewish texts speak of a second Yahweh, a figure appearing throughout the Old Testament. Some believe he was the angel of the Lord, the one who walked with Abraham, who spoke to Moses in the burning bush, who wrestled with Jacob. And now, in the New Testament, we see Jesus himself claiming this identity. John 8:58. Jesus said to them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, before Abraham was, I am." Jesus wasn't just claiming to be a prophet. He wasn't just calling himself the Messiah. He was identifying as the very name God revealed to Moses, Yahweh himself. So if this is true, then everything we thought we knew about God may need to be re-examined, because the Bible may not just speak of one divine figure, but two, existing in perfect unity. So, is there a second God in the Bible? The answer may not be as simple as yes or no. What we've uncovered today challenges centuries of theological understanding. Could it be that the Scriptures have been revealing this all along, and we're only now beginning to see it? Isaiah 55:8-9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Perhaps we've only scratched the surface of the Bible's greatest mysteries, and maybe the truth is even deeper than we can imagine. But now I want to hear from you. Have these scriptures changed your perspective on God? Do you see Jesus in a new light? Do these scriptures reveal something deeper than we've been taught? Or do you believe there's another explanation? Let's keep this conversation going. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you found this video eye-opening, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss more deep biblical revelations like this one.